Good morning, good morning. This is a call or shout out to my African brothers and sisters in the diaspora. I would just like to make a few comments on the recent developments in Africa, specifically in Niger, Burkina Faso, and the other places that are now under military rule. Captain Ibrahim, he is the leader of the military administration in Niger, and the other two, I call it the African Military Triumvirate, that is popular at this point in time in Africa. I'm impressed not only with the development that is happening, I'm also impressed with the Commonwealth support in all three of these states or countries where the new military leadership or the coups that took place have been successful and are popularly recognized and appreciated for what they have done and what they are doing so far. But I would like to voice some concerns about this reality. The three of you military leaders may have very good intentions for your people and your country going forward, but you live and operate in an environment of extreme envy. I repeat, you operate in an environment of extreme envy, cutthroatism, and greed. Historically, you can relate to this. There have been so many coups, so many overthrowing of governments, so many toppling of governments, so many internal strife and genocide, etc. It's too numerous to mention. But I admire Mr. Captain Ibrahim Traore's approach in Niger and his commitment to serious development in his country of Niger, and I'm sure the others are taking note. His other two buddies are taking note and probably are following in similar fashion for their countries. But I will also say this, I would also like to issue this warning, especially to Ibrahim Traore, because he was the first to start this machine going of change. You've got to be extremely careful with those who you surround yourself with personally. Your security personnel, you must be very vigilant and selective at all times. You got to switch them around, never making any individual feel he is special, because that same individual who thinks he is special will be targeted by the CIA and be paid handsomely to betray you. That is what they do everywhere they go, and I'm sure they're plotting within the three of your countries at this point in time to see who they can purchase to overthrow you and your colleagues and your other colleagues in the other places. I suggest that each within your personal security camp, you should ensure, or you should have a policy among your security that everyone monitors the other one. In other words, no one should feel he or she is exempt from being monitored 24/7. Everyone must be suspect and must feel that he or she is a suspect. That is the only way you will get people to stay alert and be vigilant at all times, and be careful and mindful that they are being looked at or monitored should they be tempted to take money or to be bribed into doing wickedness or to engage in any nefarious or treasonous activity. I've seen this happen so many times in Africa. When one military leader takes over, another one shortly conspires to overthrow him because of greed and envy. This seems to be a perpetual thing. And I don't think it will stop now that Mr. Ibrahim and his other two brothers are making these positive moves and strive and progress. And it would not change because the Commonwealth supports you. Oh no. The mentality is there. It's ingrained in the African culture. You could be popular among the masses, but that does not change the fact that there will still be envious people who want to take your position, want to take your place, and will do anything possible to do it. So this is not the last of the coups we've seen. We're seeing in Niger, in Burkina Faso, or the other place. No, this is not the last of it. I would hope it is the last. But I look back historically in Africa, the precedents that we've had does not convince me that this would be the last. I wish it would be the last. So I reiterate, Mr. Triumvirate and your buddies, I suggest you enforce a security system or introduce a security system where each one monitors the other, where no one must feel safe and secure that he or she is exempt from being monitored or he or she is exempt from being a suspect. Everyone must be monitored by the other. And if anyone has information about something they feel is happening untowards, like a coup or any intent to overthrow the state or overthrow you, your administration, he or she must be able to approach you secretly after having been checked thoroughly for any personal weapons or so on. He or she must be given permission to approach you and speak to you personally, face to face, anything that he or she knows or suspects is happening without fear. He or she should be allowed to be given an ear or audience where he or she can approach you after having been searched thoroughly for any harmful weaponry. And after he or she has been searched thoroughly, allowed to speak with you personally, face to face, without any hindrance or anyone overhearing the discussion privately, and reveal what he or she has learned when it comes to your personal safety and the security of your administration. This should be encouraged. Because you need eyes and ears always around you, and people willing and able and not fearful of approaching you and revealing information, and knowing that it will be safe, knowing that they can speak with you and you only, in your ears and eyes only, will know and hear of this. And they don't have to be afraid that they will be quoted as having reported because they spoke to you face to face. You alone in the room with them, and it's face to face. Nothing is written, no recordings or listening devices are there. So whatever is revealed to you by this person stays with you, and then you will act on it based on how you see fit. This should be encouraged in all three administrations that are now headed by the military and that are in this situation. You are making great strides, the three of you, and I appreciate the effort you're making to make a difference to your people, but I know that you're still not safe despite the popularity that you have gained, and despite whatever you do, there'll still be individuals who will not want to see you succeed. There are individuals there waiting in the wings, watching, silently plotting inwardly in their heads, probably even among themselves, plotting how are we going to unseat this fella, because they're envious of your popularity. They're envious of the programs you've introduced. They're envious that you had the gall to make it happen, and they think they can do better than you. So keep that in mind always, and as I said, each one police the other one. No one is exempt from suspicion. Everyone is a suspect, and anyone can approach you quietly, privately, after having been searched thoroughly, and have a reveal to you in your ear or personally anything he or she knows that may give the impression that someone or somebody or some group is plotting against you. And that information should be held secretly and not revealed. The source should not be revealed to anyone after having been disclosed to you, Mr. Triumvirate, or your buddies. That should be a personal, private, state secret for all time, so that people will not feel that if they reveal something that they will be called out, or it will be the information given will be uncovered at some point in time. I just felt it necessary at this point to voice my concerns, because I dread what the future holds for the three of you. Despite what you're doing is commendable. I admire it so much, but I am so fearful of what the future can hold because of the environment in which you operate. So those are my concerns, Mr. Ibrahim Traore, to you and your buddies as you go forward with your internal developments. That is all.